Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. Right, this video today, as per the thumbnail, maybe the title, I'm going to show you how to service the hydraulic system on a dual logic gearbox fitted on a lot of the Fiat. This particular one is from a Fiat 500, but I believe these systems, they are also on the Alphas and some other cars. I'm not really sure which ones. Doesn't really matter. This particular one is on a Selespeed dual logic, and I believe this is the C341 or 541 or 531. Anyway, I'm going to show you how to do it. I was not to record this, so I'm actually already halfway through the job. But first of all, let me take you through the story. So the gearbox that I have here, I found a lot of things wrong with it, but this is actually kind of a comeback. So if you watch the channel, you have seen this video here, and this car was here very close to 3 months. I have the gearbox now here for about a week because I've been waiting for parts, but it's very close to 3 months. But when I was actually asked to look at the car the second time, 2 months have passed since I initially repaired the car on this video. Okay, so at the time I never focused on the gearbox side of things, purely because, as I explained on the other video, the car came to me from a gearbox, from a clutch replacement. So I initially thought, okay, maybe it hasn't been relearned. Everything is on the other video. So after a relearn and then a courtesy, if you wish, or a peace of mind oil change, or fluid change, I would say, hydraulic fluid change, the car was driving fine. Picked up the car. The car has been given back to the owner. This came from another garage, by the way. Was given back to the owner, and the car was driving fine for 2 months. And a couple of weeks ago, I got a phone call from this garage, and they said, "Oh, the car is doing the same thing again." A thing that I never said on the video was that, and I explained to them that if anything else happens further down the line now, it would have to be looked at the hydraulic side of the gearbox. But when they actually rang me, I've asked them about the clutch side of things, and I've asked them, when you did the clutch, was everything okay? Was nothing worn out? You know? And they said, nope, everything was perfect, everything was fine, and they wanted really for me to have a look at the car again. Unfortunately, I was really busy at the time. I couldn't do it. So I advised them, look, take the clutch, take the gearbox out, double check inside the clutch, where the clutch is, forks, all that stuff. Make sure nothing is worn out, because that will have an impact on how these gearboxes work. They broke me the gearbox, and I'm going to show you now. I'm going to take you through everything now. So basically, this particular gearbox, guys, was jumping out of gear. As per the video that I already put in there, as per that video, the gearbox was jumping out of gear when coming to a stop, and was doing exactly the same thing now. However, I was told it was not that frequent this time. It was only doing it once in the blue moon. When I initially tested the car, it was doing it quite often. So, but yeah, so that was the issue with the car. And now I'm going to show you the gearbox, the issues I found, and hopefully take you through the repair, putting it all back together and all that good stuff. So don't go anywhere. I'm just going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show you all the bits and bobs. Right. So, hydraulic unit has been removed. Now, when I told them to check the fork on the second time, and etc, I just want to show you what the guy, when they initially did this clutch, look what they put back in. So now there's a new oh, it needs to go that way. There's a new fork, etc, but they actually brought the old fork, and look how the old fork was. Look how worn this thing was. You can see in there how much material is missing. So if you have seen this video here, I'm going to put here, if you've seen this video, you will know that all these little bits of wear will make a massive impact at the end on the management of the gearbox for the control unit, the way you manage all these positions, and all of that will have a massive impact. So this was really worn. Obviously the bearing is new, the pressing plate, he told me is new, along with the clutch, but this he replaced already before he brought me the gearbox. He did apologize. He said, oh, I didn't thought this would make much of a difference, but obviously it does. In a manual car, probably this won't be much of a problem. On this particular gearbox, it is a problem. So I removed everything out, and in the meantime, I've dismantled the wall unit, the wall hydraulic unit. The only bit I'm not going to replace for now is the accumulator, because I do recall the accumulator was holding pressure not too bad. But we'll have to see at the end if it's good or not. If it needs to be replaced, this can actually be replaced in situ. So, but it's another over £100 for a new accumulator. So for now we're just going to leave the accumulator, but we're going to replace everything. And the reason why I'm replacing, so we have here seals, a kit with all the seals. Okay, this is the kit. Okay, this is the pump, all dismantled, then this is the rest. So the reason why I'm doing this, and let me take you through the bits on this, because was oil in a lot of places where it shouldn't be, and I'm talking about hydraulic oil. Obviously gearbox oil was barely enough to run the gearbox, leave alone to spread it anywhere, but was hydraulic oil everywhere. And one of the things I've noticed was when they dropped me the box, we tilted the box slightly and was oil coming from here somewhere. And when I've realized this sensor here, which goes right here, is on this side? Yes, it is on this side. I think it goes like this. It was full of oil in here, and I'm going to put some picture here. It was oil, a lot of oil in here, as you can see on these pictures here. There's a lot of oil in there, and it shouldn't be. Obviously, when the cylinders, these two pistons, runs inside here, let me turn this around. So the pistons, they run here and here, back and forwards, to move this piece here back and forth like this. Obviously, as the seals scrape the insides, it's going to push some. It's normal to get some oil to come into here, and this drips in here, which is normal. And then from there, there's this sort of drain that goes back into the tank, which connects right there. It is normal to have a little bit, but not like that. All of these was full of oil, and obviously when I took the picture, it was not as bad, but was absolutely filled with oil. Was also oil everywhere on this sensor up here, so the oil got all the way up to here. There's also a little drain in there that drains from this down, so it was leaking oil probably from this cylinder here as well. Who knows? Anyway, we do have now all the bits. Also, another thing that I've showed you on this other video for the Selespeed, the clutch pin was quite worn. The Ashley guy that machined the other pin, he did it again for me. So this is how it was done. So we cut it a little bit short, then he drilled the inside, tapered with a thread, and then he puts this with a counter nut, and now we can adjust this to whatever position we want. And when these get worn, you can just remove this and just replace it if you want. So the pin is done. I believe the length of this pin is about 75 millimeters length, but the best way is to adjust it once everything is in place. Rest position, if I recall correctly, should be somewhere between 19 millimeters and 22 millimeters, I think. You can check that on live data. Obviously I'm not going to be able to show you that, but on the live data for the clutch position, clutch something position, I think that's the millimeters, that's the length, the measurement you should have. So what we're going to do now is start to assemble this. No rocket science, to be fair with you guys. Is just obviously everything that the kit comes with, I'm going to replace with brand new. All these rubber gaskets, all of these, as you can see, everything that's gaskets, we're going to replace. All these solenoids have been tested with the 12 volts power supply. They are actuating okay. The solenoid here is also okay. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start to install everything and hopefully get it all back together today. Okay, and as you can see already, this is going to be just a lot of talking. It's not going to be nothing special. So we're going to start with the pump itself. This is the kit. I think they have different numbers, do they? I think they do have different numbers. So this is the kit number for the pump itself. Okay, so it even comes with a new sponge. Comes with a new, oh that's good, it comes with a new one of those. Okay, there's one thing that it doesn't come with, which is this one here, this rubber, which is for the tank. So the tank has also been cleaned, just in case you guys are interested. It's been washed inside. Where is, unless it's on the outside, oh there it is. It's actually on this kit. It comes on this. It comes with a filter as well, then I've showed you. Okay, so anyway, but this is for later. So we are going to open this bag, and as we go along, okay, so let's gonna start from here our way back, and the first bit we're gonna do is this rubber thingy here. Like so. And now this thing here that goes right there in between the aluminum body and the rubber. I'll show you how it fits. There you go, that's how it fits. So this bit is done, so we can take these old ones to the side. Don't need them anymore. As I was dismounting all these, I've only found most of the seals look okay. Obviously, with the time they might lose the sort of, with the heat cycles, etc. They might shrink a little bit and they might lose the pressure and they don't seal properly. But they all look like intact, apart from a couple seals somewhere. I found them a little bit ripped, but other than that, overall was not too bad. But was obviously leaking into somewhere, was leaking oil somewhere. So we'll leave that here. Actually, I'm gonna put that one in there. Get a rubber seal here, which is gonna be for the pump. So this is okay. Now I'm gonna put that there. Now we're gonna do this side. You guys can skip forward because this is gonna be a little bit boring. Okay, so that's done. What's this rubber seal here? Well, there's this goes. This goes. I don't think I'm gonna replace that one. Where is that goes? Because I'm not dismantling the pump. So anyway, so that comes to here. Is the one from there all done? So I haven't removed that one. I haven't removed this seal. This one here, which comes a new one there as well. So let me see if I can push this one out. Gonna have to rip it out because okay, and finally got it done. I had to actually smash the other one out because it was knocking me out easy. Anyway, that's done. I'll leave that here as well. You can see the new one is now in place. Okay, so we're going to carry on assembling the pump. Go. Now it's in place. Now just before we put everything back on, I'm going to use a little bit, just hold a second. So what I want to do is use a little bit of the hydraulic fluid, and we are going to lubricate these gears inside, because last thing you want, guys, is when you first turn everything on, the pump is going to spin, and it's going to spin completely dry. Obviously we'll suck the oil quite quickly, but we don't want to damage anything. So I'm going to use a little bit of oil of this fluid, and what we're going to do, there we go, it looks much better now. There we go. So it spins lubricated, which looks much better. Now we're going to put the 2 screws that holds the pump together. Go. Now I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Don't need to over tight this. It's aluminium. As soon as it's tight, it's tight. It actually comes with a new coupling as well. This is the old one. Actually comes with a new one, so we're going to put this to the side as well. It doesn't come with a new of these plates, but oh, it does. No, it doesn't, so we'll have to reuse this old one, but it does come with a new foam, although this foam is slightly different, it's slightly smaller. I've washed the old one, so I think it's slightly different in thickness, so I think I'm going to keep the old one in this case. A new coupling, and we are good to put everything back on in there. Just putting these here. And just attach this to there. This goes in here. There we go. And we assemble the rest of the pump, and then we'll move into the next bit. Okay, the tank is all done, all in place, so we are good to move into the next phase. So that's gonna do it. Okay, and I think I'm gonna start with these parts here. So I already put the reverse sensor in place, and now we're gonna move into this side here. Okay, so there is a new gasket for this. Let me see where it is. There it is. So move this one out of the way. Put the new gasket in place. I'm pretty sure this goes like so. Where's that? I'm pretty sure it's facing up. Okay, put this in place and then we'll carry on. Okay, and next we are going to grease all these inside this mechanism here. Okay, I want all of these greased, and then we're going to put the solenoid on this side and the cover on this side. All greased up, and now let's gonna put the covers and the solenoid back in place. The solenoid itself, let me just in my hands. So the solenoid itself does have, you see what the solenoid does have. Does have a rubber seal here. There's have a rubber seal there. So this rubber seal, I'm gonna guess is gonna be this big one here. Yes, it is. This one goes into there. This one goes into here, so it goes all the way around here. There we go. What I'm doing, guys, is I'm using a tiny bit of this generic oil to just lubricate these seals before you put them in, because I don't want to cut them. That's the cover. And now for this one, what's gonna be this? It's gonna be that. This is not from there, that's for sure. Yes. I'm pretty sure this faces up. I'll have to. Is now the cover of the back. I finish this off and then we'll move into the next stage. Okay, and the next step I'm going to move into is going to be the 3 solenoids. So I already have the seals here in order for these. We're going to do one by one. That's the, yeah, so that's the seal. I don't need this one just yet. I need that one there. I'm gonna need my, I might use this one. One. So I'm going to do all 3 solenoids. Then we'll move to the next step. Okay, so that's the old seals. I'll get rid of them in a second. So here's the new valve with the new seals. One thing that I've noticed, the colors are different, but that doesn't really matter. Some of them. One thing that I've noticed is that some of these seals, even though they have different sizes depending where they go, for example here, they are all slightly thicker, or it might be that they are just where they are brand new, and obviously these ones were used and they just, with the heat cycles, they trained, etc. But anyway, what we're going to do next, we're going to move into here. These 2 cylinders here, and I'm going to record this bit because it's important. They do have, these are the cylinders that are going to go here. So they're going to go here. Okay, and they're going to be moving inside here, back and forwards, when this is attached here. And that's to move this thing here, as I explained you earlier. You can't really do it now because that's already in place. I used to move this thing here sideways, okay? It is important because this seal, this is the old one, it needs to go in the correct way, because obviously the oil on these pushes here at the back, so the seal needs to go this way, okay? So when the oil pressure comes here, it pushes the ring against the wall of the cylinder here, and it helps to seal everything, okay? If you put it the other way around, you're gonna mess things up. So very important. This is one, and there's another one here that's the same case. So just be careful when you dismantle, make sure you know how to put it all back on. So we're gonna replace all these seals now, put all these bits back in place. Let me put that there. There's also 2 tiny springs inside there. It comes with a replacement, and let me see if I can show you. There's 2 little springs in here, like circlips. There you go. Okay, they come with a replacement. Probably not really needed to replace them, but we will do because it comes with new ones. So we'll just put a new one there. That goes right there. Okay, so we're gonna carry on doing it, and if there's anything important, I will catch up with you. Okay, putting the solenoids now. So we need to get the seal here first. Now the solenoid. Just push it all the way down, and then you just twist it slightly and force it down. Make sure we are not cutting any seals. There we go. Obviously, when I put these seals, I lubricate them with a little bit of the hydraulic fluid. This is the last one now. This is actually, I just put this wrong because I put a mark on them. It's actually like so. Okay, let's gonna put this and then carry on. Okay, let's gonna put these two pistons now in place. So it's gonna put a tiny bit of oil around this seal here. There you go, nice and tight. Now we'll put the other side. This, yeah, it's in place. Now we need to put this middle thingy here. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of grease in here. Push this back first. Push that one too much, doesn't really matter. So this pin goes facing down, which is then to go onto the sensor. That's in place. I need to push that one there. There we go. All in place. Let me make sure this. Yeah. Okay, so now when I push this back and forth, this is obviously pushed in there, and it pushes the springs, the pistons back and forth. And now we can put the caps. Go. There's one. We're gonna turn it around and put the second one. Yes. So now, let me see what we're going to do now. Now we can probably so the pressure sensor is already in place. We can actually put the filter that goes in here, which is where the pump pushes the oil. The new filter, yes, goes in there like so. Now the new seal, which I believe is going to be that one. Let me see if it is. No, I don't think it's this one. Don't think it's this one. I want to have a look. Nah, it can't be that one. It's not going to be this seal. So which one is going to be the one for this? And just if I recall correctly, yep, so it can't be that one. No, that's way too big. Right, let me look for this, for the seal for this, the new one, and we'll put this back on. So that, as I said, it goes like that, and then this goes on the top, pushes everything down, and then the pressure pipe comes into here. Okay. Okay, and I'm actually reusing the old one. For some reason, it doesn't bring that seal. There's no, I've checked every single box, every single bag. This seal doesn't exist, so we're gonna have to reuse the old one. Go. That's just that's good. Right. Next step, we're gonna do the piston for the clutch. So let's gonna do that one now. Actually, before that, let's gonna put the sensor back in place. Now, this kit comes with seals for all of these inside. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna, or will I? Actually, let me do something, because this one was full of oil on the top, so I might actually gonna take these out and maybe see how it is inside, because I haven't done that yet. I might replace the one in there as well. Actually, not too bad. But it comes with this seal here, as you can see. So I might just replace them. It also comes with it also comes with these little plates and some other seals to put. Where they go? There's some seals that goes in there. I'm not gonna dismantle all of this. It's pointless. This is all good here, so it actually comes with the seals and with the plates. So there is these. Let me actually show you then, just so I get know. So we all know what we're doing. So it actually comes with this little metal plate. I can see there in the middle, which is this metal plates. It comes with this, okay, and it comes also with this, which I'm gonna guess this is gonna be a seal to put in this little shaft. I don't know. I'm not really keen to dismantle the whole thing because I don't really see the point. This one is actually good, so it's pointless to actually... Come on, get out of there. I'm not gonna do that. So it's pointless to be dismantling the whole thing when there's nothing wrong in there. Replace this one here. These weather seals set off, and I'll replace the same on the other one, on this one here as well. There's 3 of them, or there's one there as well. Get a new seal. So that needs to go on that pin in there. Make sure when you put it in, the pin is going to be the same on the clutch one. I will might show on the clutch, but it's same principle for this one here. Make sure the pin is actually in the middle of that groove in there, because then the pin is going to move these back and forwards. If you leave it on the side, then it's not going to work. Okay, it needs to be right in the middle. So let me put this one, and then we'll move into that piston. Okay, so as the same as these pistons here, this is the same thing. So there is a seal that goes right at the bottom, and then it takes, so this seal goes first at the bottom. Again, make sure, so the oil pressure comes on the back, it's pushed right at the back. So make sure if you put the seal like this, let me see if I can show you this on the piston itself. See, so this seal has this sort of gap around here. The idea is that the oil gets in here and it pushes these against the wall of the piston. If you put it like this and the pressure comes from the back, all it's going to do, the pressure is going to push in there and it's going to make the oil to come out on this side, right there, because there's nothing here to secure. If you put it like this, the oil pressure comes here at the back, it's going to make pressure here, and it's because you have this groove, it's going to push this outer wall of the seal against the cylinder, and it's going to push this inner wall right there against the piston. So make sure you put this in the right direction, otherwise it's going to leak. Okay, so these goes right here at the bottom. Oh. So it goes these first. Ah, come on, a bit tight. There we go. Hold on, because I'm not sure. Hold on. Let me just check a couple things before I move on. Okay, so first it goes the seal right at the bottom, as I've showed you. Then is this washer, goes right at the top. After that, okay, and then it goes. Let's see if I get this right. It goes this. So this has two seals, one on the outside, one here on the inside. And I'm sure this goes like so. Then I'm pretty sure is this with the spring. And I'm pretty sure this is on the outside. I'm pretty sure this is on the outside. Yeah. Then you have the spring that goes here. Go. This is like so. You need to get. This is not aligned because you need to get. I know it is aligned. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna move this all the way down now. Everything's coming out now. It's not supposed to be like this. Okay. Let me do this again. Well, Louis, it's not the first time you're doing this. These two things here, they need to be aligned because that's where the pin for the clutch position sensor goes in. So they need to be all aligned in there. Put a little bit of put a little bit of oil on this last one here, just to make sure it goes in okay. I think that's where it was getting stuck. Go. Pushed all the way down. Now this washer here, let me see if the spring might not gonna hold it. Now that. Go, all aligned. What I need to do now is push this pin here, and this pin, my friends, goes all the way down to hold this. Before you push the pin, get this in there. See if it's right, so you push the pin all the way to hold this, and now, oh yeah, all good. Is. Now we can get the sensor in place as well. There we go. Again, this goes like so, but again, we need to perhaps push this in a little bit. Try to, because this sensor is slightly different. So we need to make sure the sensor goes where it should go. sure. Oh yeah, it's all in place. Where do I have that? It's not that one. All these sensors that can be accessed when the gearbox is in place if something is not 100% right. But okay, let's kind of put the sensor in place, and I think that's about it. If I'm not wrong. Yes. Just double check that's actually in place. Yeah, it is. The pin is right in the middle. Right. I need to tie this up, and then we have this thing to put in there. And you so these here then might gonna have to be adjusted when it's in place, but we'll have to see that later. Don't know if this is tied up or not. I think it is. Just make sure. Yeah, it is. So that's it. Okay, there's one sensor left, which is this one here. There is a piece of rubber inside, which I can't see that piece of rubber here either. But to be fair with you, this was actually quite holding in place when I initially ouch. Go. Just like that, and now this. Hey. Put this in place and see if there's any play on this thing. Yes, there is a tiny bit of play on this, but I'm gonna have to put something there just to remove that play. You think what I'm gonna put in there. Okay, so what I've done is I put a tiny washer gasket right at the bottom of that hole, and that just removes the plate from here. It doesn't really matter because this is always under pressure, but I just thought I would just do it. I can't remember now if this is supposed to face up or down. So this goes on the gearbox like this, and I'm pretty sure this goes like this, because I remember these being full of oil, so it's going to have to be like this. And we are nearly there. A we need to do now is put this back here. There is obviously a gasket that came with it, for that, a new one here, like so. Just a tiny bit of grease on this middle here, so this is gonna run in there, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of grease. I think it should be okay. Stay in place. Now this goes like so. It's like that. No, it's like this. No, it's like that. So now we're gonna have to make sure this is we go. Now we're going to put the 4 bolts or 5, whatever they are, and then we're going to put everything back onto the gearbox. Okay, and we're going to now assemble everything back into the gearbox. There's 2 liters of oil in there for the gearbox itself, for the guys to fill the box back in. The gearbox itself, the hydraulic system will probably get refilled before they take it. I think it takes about a liter of oil, so but yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. So let's gonna put this back on, and let me see, can I be able to record this bit, or don't know if you guys are gonna be interested on this or not, but I put it like this. Right, so first of all, there is no gasket up here on this thing, so we're gonna have to use a little bit of, at least I don't have a gasket here. Does this used to have a gasket? This was already filled with that gasket sealant. I don't have a gasket for these. Let me see if there's a gasket for this. Why I'm under the impression that's supposed to be a gasket here and not this thingy. Let me have a look. Okay, looks like there is not a gasket for this. I even went on my old video that I've done for one of these boxes, and when I took it off, when I've seen on the video, actually there is the same orange stuff around, so it looks like that this is always done at the factory. I just put a little bit of this gasket, orange gasket sealant, and now we're going to put this back in place, and yeah, and then just connect everything, and that's it. So it's gonna do it. Let me just double check this is all good. I think it's all right. Let me see where the bolts are. Oh. Okay, oh damn it. Touch the sealant in there a little bit. So as these goes, like so. Perfect. Right, let me get some tools and try to finish this off. Right, so I think, so this is the loom, it goes like so. Make sure it doesn't go in any brackets. I don't think it does go in any brackets, but like this. There. This one goes where? Oh, this one is the one that goes in there. I think it comes like so. One there, this one there, this one there. I think it's like this. And that goes in there. And then those three. Okay, now. I don't even remember where these goes. These go, so the gearbox is like that, so this goes at the front somewhere. I remember that list. Oh, it's there, I think. I think it goes somewhere underneath there. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Right here. There you go. I think I'm gonna finish this off camera, and that'll be it pretty much. Okay, and I had to remove this box again because there is a bolt right here underneath that I forgot about it. But yeah, so don't do the same mistake as I did. Okay, and just brought the gearbox here to the bench, install the high pressure pipe, and I was I'm going to run the pump just for a few seconds, make sure it pumps, make sure the level goes down and there's no obvious leaks anywhere, and then I think that's it. Then I think that's it for this video. I don't know if they're gonna ask me to relearn the box, clutch, bite point and all that good stuff. If they do, I will put the clip next. Okay, and as expected, the car came back to do all these calibrations, etc, etc, and that's what I'm doing now. But this time the car came with another little issue, which I will try to show you after this next key on, or when I can start the car. I think there's one step left now on what I'm doing, and then I will show you. I think it's key on now. Okay, and I think I have now one last step on this. So start the engine, and that's my issue there. Engine light is flashing, and I guess some of you probably might can guess what that is. So he's doing basically he's doing the bite point. You can feel the car, you can feel the clutch start to try to engage and then release completely. So anyway, we're gonna let it to do this. I will show you very quickly what that flashing engine light is for. But yeah, the car came back to be to have the clutch and all the gears relearning and all that good stuff. The car came not engaging any gears whatsoever. It came actually on a recovery track. Was not engaging any gears, but very shortly I will show you the car driving again, and we're going to do a very quick test, which I'm not going to really take you through, just to show you that it's driving okay, and then we'll wrap up this video. Okay, and that flashing light, guys, is for that. So we're gonna do this learning quickly and move on. Okay, and as you can probably see, my engine light is no longer flashing. I just did the phonic wheel relearning, which you do it by accelerating the car stationary. You rev the car above 5,000 RPMs and let it come down to idle. You do that 3 times, and then you turn off the engine, let the latch to go off, and then turn it back on. And as you can see, the car is driving again. It's engaging gears, it's doing everything that should be doing. And I'll show you just here once, because there's no point to be delaying this. I'm gonna stop, and as you can see, it goes down to first gear. I will do this once more by letting the car to engage 5th gear first. But I already done it, and it's driving absolutely fine. And I do understand that the last time the car was also driving fine, but obviously it developed the same issue 2 months later. But admittedly, it was an issue on this gearbox, as you guys have seen, a lot of wear on many different places. Okay, 5th gear now. That's gonna come to a stop. There we go. So that's it, guys. With no further ado, actually, before I go, I do know that I've skipped maybe details on how to put that hydraulic unit back on, but overall, guys, it's not rocket science. If you dismantle everything carefully, put everything in order, etc, etc, then when you assemble everything, you just go the reverse as I've showed you. It's really not that difficult. Just be patient, do it with time. If you are not 100% confident, take pictures as you dismantle things as you go along, so you have some sort of records how everything was before you removed it, maybe if you feel more confident that way. And as soon as you do these a couple times, you're gonna see that is really easy to do. But guys, again, if you do have any questions, or if you have any questions, you know exactly what to do, guys. So hope you enjoyed the video, hope you have learned something. If you do have any questions, any comments, you guys know exactly how it works, just put them below. And like always, thanks for watching. Wrong side.